Hello, folks. It's Jerlene, and I'm live. I am concluding my walk, or near concluding my walk. I still have about 2.5 more blocks to walk home. But I thought I would stop and go live for a moment in my neighborhood park at my kid on a rock. Nice little breeze where I'm sitting. I'm sitting underneath the trees, and people are beginning to assemble in the park. Look like they're coming to watch their children. Good morning. Good morning. Watch their children come and play soccer. Kids already on the playground. I'm glad to see the park is being used. It needs better care, but I am glad to see this being used. So anyway, I'm going to call this commentary catching up because I got some catching up to do. I've been posting quite a bit about just a little bit of everything. Well, not everything. Things that I think people should be informed about. I've been posting. And let's see, where am I gonna start? Just finished the school year, had a graduate, Long Beach Unified School District graduate. I'll share more about that later in some pictures. Been trying to go through the hundreds of pictures to decide which ones I want to share. Let's see what else has happened. I never did the conclusion or share the information on the outcomes of what happened to the center, the Center for Black Student Excellence Director at Long Beach Unified. I got to get back. I need to close that out because there was some commentary that I did and never brought that to closure. I'm going to do that. Not doing that right now. But what I am going to do, so let me say this. Y'all like my shirt? I'm an interesting person online. I'm an interesting person in person. If you've ever met me in person. And the thing about it, I'm the same person online as I am in person, just for folks that don't know that. Often when I meet people who I've never met before, the first thing they say is, oh my gosh, you're the same. I am the same. I look the same. I behave the same. The things I say is the same. Sometimes a little more reserved, but I'm the same. I don't have a separate persona online than I do in person. I would say, thankfully for some of y'all get the ready to punch you in your throat, Jerlene, online. You don't meet her in person. That's a good thing. So one of the things I wanted to catch up about was the opening of the amphitheater in Long Beach last year. Lord help me. The opening of the Farmers and Merchants Amphitheater in Long Beach near the Queen Mary last week. So, of course I didn't go to the concert. I didn't go to the concert because I don't do that many people, y'all. Like, it's gotta be something really serious for me to decide to come out to go to that many people. The last thing that I've been to that had several thousand people was a funeral, a janaza, for the family that was killed in, Cerritos Park. Other than that, no, I'm not doing that many people. Not doing it. Too many people for me. Okay, I take that back. I did go to a concert down by the Queen Mary some years ago. I met Busta Rhymes and I saw Erica Badu. Okay, so, and that was like this thing that just happened, this fleeting thing where a friend called me and was like, hey, got a ticket, roll out right now. And I went. So I gotta find those pictures, by the way. Okay, so anyway, I'm rambling. Amphitheater. So I shared comments last week about my thoughts about people sharing their visuals and videos at the amphitheater. So first of all, I'm not knocking Snoop and his artistry. Okay. I'm not knocking him at all. I still own my CD, Murder Was the Case, and my Dog Pound CD from way back. I still have my original CDs that I purchased. Okay. So I'm not knocking anybody and their artistry. Yet what the irony, and I don't even know if it's irony, I'll just say what I found interesting was that we had elected officials that were doing a walkthrough that was showing up to music, foul music. That to me was problematic. And I'm not, and let me go back. I'm going to use some curse words in this, y'all. And I'm not going to apologize for my curse words. And I'm going to talk about that in a moment. So there's a video and you see the mayor and council members and other folks walking up to Snoop music, talking about bitches and hoes. Now, people are like, oh, but it's music. It's okay. No, it's not. We have to hold folks that are our elected leadership at a different standard. If we don't, all is lost. Now, I'm going to come back to that part in a second. So the videos that people were posting from the amphitheater, again, folks celebrating and listening to this music full of bitches and hoes. Oh, and nigga. Told you, I'm not apologizing for my commentary today. Y'all got to get to me with me to the end. What I found problematic were the non-white folks that was sharing it. Now, again, the standard, oh, but it's music, Jerlene. Okay. We know we have a double standard when it comes to artistry in music, but we still need to hold people accountable. And there was nothing that I saw that was entertaining or enlightening about non-white folks slanging nigga, celebrating it, dancing to it. Or oh Lord, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm in a park and something just ran up on me. I thought it was a mouse. It was a really big lizard. Okay. All right. That scared the mess out of me. I did. I thought it was a mouse. It was a big lizard. Um, we have to hold folks to a standard, right? But if we're not going to, then we should hold no one to a standard. So right now I am intentionally sitting in front of Cabrillo High School. One, it's in my neighborhood. It was on my walk. Now, do y'all remember last school year when the ASB students took their little signs and they wrote nigga missing 1G and everybody got their draws in a bunch about it and wanted somebody to do something about it? Now, I came out and said, stupid kids doing stupid things. I did not jump on the bandwagon of these kids are racist and they need to be expelled. I didn't jump on that bandwagon because I saw a bunch of stupid kids. And I also know that we are in a double standard. But what I found really interesting was some of those same people that had a lot to say about those Cabrillo kids in the N-I-G, missing a G-E-R word, were the same ones out there celebrating and praising the fact that Snoop Dogg came to Long Beach talking about hoes and bitches and nigga. So the thing is, we can't have it both ways. We cannot have it both ways where it's okay and acceptable for some and not okay and acceptable for others. I don't like the word, but you know what I said? I'm going to start using it just because. What's up, my nigga? How y'all think folks going to react to that? Now, again, I'm not knocking Snoop and his artistry or rappers in his artistry. Now, if I'm going to talk some shit about Snoop, I'm going to talk about the shit in how he panders and how he's an opportunist, right? But he's an entertainer. That's what they do. They do what they need to do to make their money. Now, watching our elected officials and appointed, anointed, elected, selected leadership up there praising him, that's problematic to me. Now, I have had people in this city who have either privately sent me messages, called me out online, sent me emails when I have written curse words in my post or I have cursed. They have made comments like, that is not very godly. You shouldn't do that. I've had comments like, that's not of good character. You shouldn't do that. You know what? Y'all can kiss my, well, no, y'all can't do that because that's a privilege. Y'all can go play on the freeway somewhere with that. Because the same folks who have made comments about my character because I've used curse words in my commentary, again, are the same folks that are out there celebrating an artist talking about hoes, bitches, and nigga. You can't have it both ways. So I'm usually really mindful in my commentary. If I'm going to share something that is loaded in curse words, I will say adult language. When I even write stuff, I will not write out the full word. And I temper myself when I want to curse. Now, when the curse words come out my mouth, that's because those are I can't even say it, the expletives. Those are the words that I would express myself at that time. But I'm not going to give an apology anymore. I'm not. So if I want to drop the F-bomb, I'm going to. If I want to say shit, mother effer, whatever, I'm going to. Because this whole standard that people have, you want to hold me to a standard. You want to hold these young kids at Cabrillo to a standard, but you yourself ain't got no standard. Now, I ain't finished on this one. Just this past year, there was an incident with a teacher, a Long Beach Unified School District teacher, who got basically forced into retirement because he was accused of being a racist because of a text message. Okay. A text message that was never even proved that he actually sent to it. The people who it was sent to were never interviewed and verified that they were sent to it. The only evidence that was used for grounds to penalize him and punish him were newspaper articles or news articles which used information and postings and screenshots from social media. Okay. But he was accused of being a racist. White man, long beard, whitey, white. Okay. Accused of being a racist. Lost his job because of it. But again, some of them same people that came out the woodworks to talk about how this man needs to be, like he needs, justice needs to be served, and it does not belong in Long Beach Unified, and we will not tolerate this, were the same people that was out there celebrating someone talking about niggas, hoes, and bitches. We cannot have it both ways. So this is my disclaimer. Moving forward, I will not apologize for using 4-letter words. I will not apologize for using language that's considered offensive. It may hurt someone's feelings as long as our elected, appointed, anointed, selected leadership is okay with posting derogatory videos of themselves, posting videos of themselves listening and jamming to derogatory music, and or non-black folks, whole bunch of white folks out there doing the same. I don't want to hear another person complain about the word nigger, hard R, nigga, negro ever again in the city, because you're hypocrites. You are full of shit, as my daddy would say. There we go. Now, leading to the next topic that I wanted to catch up on. Yesterday, I don't know when it actually happened. Yesterday, someone posted a derogatory comment about the Black graduate celebration that took place at Long Beach Unified. Now, if you recall, I had a lot to say about that event. And I had a lot to say that I did not say. I had a lot of critique about that event, which I did not give, which at this point it's a moot point because I have talked to those who were responsible for organizing it. But my problem was that the Long Beach Unified School District Board member, Erik Miller, did not show up to the graduation. Now, he posted on my page that's because his wife was ill. That's what he claims. Yet the day before, he was at a nonprofit event. The week prior to that, he had canceled a community meeting that had been on the calendar for over a year. And predominantly, the assumption, because it was being held in his area, is predominantly the assumption is that mostly Black folks or folks of color will attend, right? That is the assumption, right? Well, anyway, this had been on the calendar for an entire year. Now, mind you, this dude is in his second term. He has never held anything for community or constituents in his term. So this was actually scheduled on the Long Beach Unified School District schedule. All school board members have a meeting. Well, except for some reason they pushed Maria's Lopez's into the summer, but that's a whole nother issue. But he canceled it. The day after he canceled it, he showed up at a nonprofit event. I'm still talking about the school board member, Erik Miller. Showed up at a nonprofit event. Weekend came, campaign events. Fast forward to the Black student graduation celebration. Miller does not show up. But the next day, he shows up here on the west side at an elementary school for a dual immersion event. So if y'all recall, that was my commentary. I'm not done with that. Okay. I will be coming back to that in a second or later. Now, this celebration was the 4th year of a celebration. The celebration is about acknowledging Black students who have graduated. Many folks do not know, or maybe they don't know, or maybe they do know, maybe they don't care. Black students have one of the lowest graduation outcomes, not just here in Long Beach, not just in California, but across the entire nation. So education is a cornerstone and a foundation for many Black families, and have been. So when Long Beach Unified made the decision that they would hold a Black student graduation celebration at the request and desire of parents and community stakeholders, they agreed to do that. This year, was the fourth year. Okay. My daughter was in the very first one. My son participated in this last one. Now, someone in this city has decided to take an image of these young people and at the graduation celebration, not the actual graduation celebration, and say that Long Beach Unified and Black students are participation in segregation. Now, first of all, y'all need to understand segregation was a legal thing. It was legal. And it also, segregation speaks to so much more things than a whole bunch of people gathering together, which we should be able to do without anybody's nonsense. Now, it was posted in a political group in which a whole bunch of comments in which the freaks come out at night. The freaks came out on that and expressed their disdain for Black folks. And a lot of Black folks came out and made messaging too. So my commentary to Black folks, stop explaining yourself to white people and non-Black people. Stop it. We don't owe anybody an explanation for anything that we do. Now, if you want to communicate the rationale, but to racist, anti-Black, white supremacist minded ideology, white folks, stop it. Someone who wants to learn, someone who wants to understand, someone who wants to support us as we move forward as a people, that's different. But stop explaining yourself to racist ass white folks, racist ass Latinos, racist ass Asians, racist ass whoever is anti-Black. Stop it. They do not deserve that. And we do not have to explain why we want to celebrate ourselves. That's like us getting up every single morning apologizing for being Black. Now, to folks who enable and support racist messaging in the city, I got a 4-letter word for you. It starts with a F and it ends with a K. Okay? And on that, whatever you got to say, shut the fuck up. I said at that time, I told you, no apologies. Y'all can go listen to Snoop and talk about niggas, hoes, and bitches. I can say what I need to say unapologetically. Okay. Now, what disappoints me, those same Black folks that came out the woodworks that had something to say about the NIG, missing GER thingamajiggy that the Cabrillo kids put up, and the same Black folks, clergy, that showed up to condemn this white teacher of 27 years of Long Beach Unified for some stupid text message. Where you at on this? What you got to say about this? Are you going to shut down and condemn these racist people that have something to say about a Black student celebration? Or is it not valuable to you? Now, going back to Mr. Miller not showing up, I guess, how can we expect somebody to have value for it when our own Black elected leadership didn't even show up for it? Do they value it? So how can we expect anybody to have anything to value what we do as a people when our own people don't even show up? Again, we want it both ways. Now, so what did I hit? One more thing, I ain't done. So there's a video going around of a bunch of youth, which were law enforcement and media reference as juveniles, which has a negative connotation to it, by the way. But youth were down at the beach, acting like fools. Some of them were arrested or detained. I can't say they were arrested. They were detained. Long Beach PD posted a picture of a young man, most likely a teen, down on the ground, on his face, in handcuffs. Now, I called the shit out immediately. I called the shit out on social media because that's where it was posted. So if you post some shit on social media, I'm going to address it on social media. I addressed it, but I also, not only did I address it directly on the Long Beach PD page, I commented on the Chiefs page who shared it and said, what does this mean? Is there additional messaging that you had to, out of all the images, take an image of a Black male face down in handcuffs and post it on your social media page? Now, I called it out. Within a few hours, it was removed. I tagged every Black elected that I know and asked them if they were okay with it. The post is still up. Now, going back, where is our Black selected, appointed, and anointed leadership on this? You showed up to condemn the white man and his text. You showed up to condemn the kids at Cabrillo. Oh, but you also showed up to the concert to dancing to nigga hoes and bitches too. So maybe I shouldn't be having any expectations of you. The Long Beach PD decides to use an image of a young black man as an example. So my point is how the contradictions, the inconsistencies, the people like going back to the white man that was forced to retire, the teacher forced to retire from Long Beach Unified. That was a political hit. He was used as a political tool. He was used as a political tool for black electeds to come out and selected and appointed to come out. Why is South Division PD rolling up over here? Anyway, to come out and claim that they're against anti-blackness. They're against anti-blackness. When really they could give a damn. Back to those youth. We do have an issue with our youth in this city, in them not behaving well. But what do we expect when we as adults don't model a behavior that is becoming of a good citizen? Now, see, my kid wouldn't have been out there. He wasn't out there. He wouldn't have been because he know better because I'm his mama. He had some friends that were out there. That's how I learned a little bit more about what was going on. If we got black elected, selected, appointed, anointed leaderships not showing up to black celebrations, celebrating and elevating our black students, if we got black people who refuse to speak out when harms are caused against black people, black community, when we jump on a bandwagon and start screaming somebody is racist when we don't even have all the information and haven't even done the work ourselves, how can we even support our kids? We can't. So anyway, I know I've said a lot on this walk. I'm gonna have to break this down a little bit more. All of these are topics that have been swimming in my head. I'm gonna keep being loud and I'm gonna curse unapologetically. Can't have it both ways, people. We can't have it both ways. That's it. So if you just now tap it in, go to the beginning. Hear my ramble. It's all connected. So that I think it's all connected. I hope folks have a fabulous day. Go find you some shade somewhere. Like I said, I'm in my neighborhood park. Just finished a walk, or not quite finished. Still got 2.5 blocks to go home. So thank you for everyone for listening, watching. Please share your thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts because I hear my thoughts all the time. They live inside my head, but I want to know, what are you thinking? How are you feeling? Where are you with this? Are you okay with the nigga bitch and hoes? Are you okay with our kids out there acting a fool? Are you okay with Long Beach PD posting images of our kids face down with handcuffs? Are you okay with it? Are you okay with the absence of black leadership? Are you okay with the absence of black voices? Now, I know that there's more black people that live in the city than me. And I know that they have more opinions and thoughts. Probably got more lived experience than me. I know I'm not the only one that's fearless. Got to be some other folks somewhere. Anyway, y'all have a fabulous Sunday.